Hey, welcome to the Malaysia video. Anna and I were in Malaysia from early May to early June, and we landed in Kuala Lumpur, where our first night was kind of crazy. They lost our hotel reservations, then sent us to this crappy place with hookers and men that were fighting and woke us up at 4 in the morning, and they were banging on doors and we got scared, and so we left, and then they sent us to this hostel, which was fun to slide around on the floors. And yeah, anyways, I don't know why I'm telling a story about that. So Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur has a really good market and a really good transportation center, public transport. They have monorails and all sorts of subways, and it's really nice. This market was Chow market, which was one of the larger markets, one of the most popular. We were pretty happy here. We were able to get enough ripe fruit. A lot of it wasn't ripe. Those were some giant mangoes right there. But we got enough ripe fruit, and that's all we needed. So we were happy. There's plenty of jackfruit and mangosteen and plenty of different types of fruit. Nothing too crazy. Mangosteen was probably the most exotic next to the jackfruit. But the mangosteen was really good. It was like $1 a kilo. Some things to check out in Kuala Lumpur is the Batu caves, which is this. It's a sacred site for Hindu religion, and it's basically a giant cave. And I'm going to stop talking here so you can hear this awesome music. Yeah, I don't have much to say about the caves. I don't really know much about it, so I'll just let you watch for a while, I guess. This was an interesting experience. This was my first up-close and personal experience with a monkey running around. Pretty aggressive, as you can see. I'm not very thankful, but can't blame him, I guess. Caves were pretty cool. I'd highly recommend checking them out. Yeah. Again, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know much about the Hindu culture. But festival, I really don't know what it is, but I thought the candles were pretty cool looking. So here's one awesome thing about Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia is great for durian, and Kuala Lumpur has durian buffets where you can go and eat all you can eat. I think it was either $9 or $3. I can't remember. It was either 9 ringgit or I don't know. But it was amazing, and this was the best durian we'd ever had. And in the next few days, we even had better durian in a place called Penang, which is a sort of a county, a province in northern Malaysia, but also an island off the coast. And this is footage of us scootering around the island to go to a fruit farm, but on the way there's these durian stalls everywhere, and I thought I had footage of them. I think they're coming up. There's a reservoir along the road. We didn't do much swimming here. I don't think the beaches are the water's that clean in that area. Oh, here's the durian shack, roadside shacks. Many of them, and just the best durian ever. There are so many different varieties. These ones on top were the creamiest. These are sort of more pungent. And see, there's D15, D17, D12, D also. I don't know much about durian, but there's a lot of varieties, and they were freaking awesome. So this is at the fruit farm. There's a farm where you get to do a tour, and at the end there's a large fruit buffet. But
the fruit are ready, they drop.
Here's all the different fruits. I'll name the ones that I know. What he just showed, I think, was, he kind of confused us. I'm not sure if it was macadamia or hazelnut, because he said it was macadamia and then he said it's what Nutella is made out of, which is hazelnut. So there's some passion fruit and some pineapple. And I can't remember what this is called. Shy leaf, I think is what they call it in English, but it's a leaf that you can touch, and obviously it is sensitive.
See the roots there?
This is dragon fruit. That's the flower of the dragon fruit. And pineapple. I think this was not lychee, what's it called? Longan. I think that's what that was. And this is cinnamon bark. You should eat the cinnamon, if you didn't know, is made of a bark, and that's what that was. This is nutmeg fruit, I believe. No, yes, nutmeg. And dragon fruit. Aloe vera.
You're cooking.
This place was just awesome. It's papaya. I don't know. This is what I hope to have eventually. Here's more of the shy leaf. Maybe it's called shy fern. I don't know what it was called. But it was cool. And durian. Coconut palm. And one of my favorites here in Brazil, it's called fruta do conde, which means the count's fruit, like a count and duchess sort of. It's used to be a royal fruit, and other people know it as sugar apple or custard apple. This was the best egg fruit I've ever had in my entire life, and I don't know what kind it was, but it was like, oh, so good. It's mangosteen, unripe. And these are cherimoya trees to the side.
Now they got smell. Smell here.
This was a budding tangerine, I think. And this was a giant fig tree, a variety I've never seen before. Just they hang off the. They were pretty sweet. Not so juicy or anything, but they hang off the trunk like that. These interesting looking vines. And this was, I don't think it was a rambutan, but it was in the rambutan family. I don't remember what it's called. And watermelon. By the way, if you want to hear some awesome music, YouTube Tom Rosenthal, or just YouTube watermelon and watch it. It's by Tom Rosenthal, and he's an awesome dude. Inspiring, happy, beautiful music. And here's the buffet at the end. And they also gave you, this was all included, they also gave you one free smoothie and their signature one was nutmeg fruit with pineapple, and it is so good. Nutmeg fruit, like there's a fruit around the nutmeg seed itself, and is really good. I don't know, it tastes like nutmeg, but the mixture is awesome. Anyway, so this here is at the Spice Garden. It's along the same road as the fruit farm, but I don't know, it's a beautiful setting. It's not as interesting as the fruit, of course, but I'd like to have some land that looked like this. So. There's a perfume garden. I'd say Malaysia was probably our second favorite place that we visited. Nepal, I think it's unanimous between Anna and I that it was our favorite place. Not necessarily our favorite for fruit, but Nepal was just culture. Nepal was like what we had hoped we would have experienced. This is really nice here in Malaysia. Malaysia was awesome, but Nepal, when we thought of going to Southeast Asia, we thought we were going to see a lot of culture, and that's what we experienced in Nepal. Culture and small towns and trekking, and I don't know. Malaysia, as far as culture goes, there's a bit which we saw, but they're mostly just tourist attractions and women in burqas, which anyway, I'm not gonna go there. I guess I already did, but I'm not gonna go any further. Yeah, so beautiful landscape. This is the view from the restaurant. We were gonna order a salad there, but it was like $30 for a little salad, so didn't do that. This is at a Chinese Buddhist temple in Malaysia. It's also in Penang. Very beautiful setting. Extreme amounts of work put into everything, every little detail. I got the feeling that most things were mass-produced, like the walls are made of individual Buddhas that are obviously not hand-carved and plastic looking, but there's a cool place. I just talk trash on everything, don't I? It's probably not healthy. I don't know, I think things need to be criticized. If you're making sacred, like this, for example, this is inside the Buddhist temple, and I don't need to say anything about that. I'm just gonna let you sit back and look at my beautiful videography here. I'm quite proud of these shots here. So basically we just went to tourist attractions and ate fruit, and we were trying to get into a woofing thing, so we were just hanging out until we got contacted by woofers, and we finally did, and we went to this one. This is on too many people on the back of a motorbike. But anyways, we got there, and it said in the ad, it was like, oh, nice tropical fruit farm, orchard, durians, mangosteens. Sounded awesome. And we got there, that was our tent, me, Anna, and this guy Marty, who just fresh out of was fresh out of the Australian Army, got there, and it turned out to be a concentration camp full of chickens, and it was the most filthy experience we've ever had. The mattresses had never had sheets on them. There was one pillow between all three of us, and it was brown. The mattresses were brown, stained by sweat. You could tell they were the pillow was once white, but it was grayish brown, and they would just throw their scraps underneath the table, and it was so that the cats could eat them, and all they fed us was rice and fish. So we left immediately. I could go on and on about how extremely disgusting this place was, and I'm like a farm guy. And I've done tons of woofing, and I just gotta tell you, be careful. Call the people before you go there. Ask them, I don't know, just be careful about woofing sites. Most people treat it like slave labor. Anyway, so we went back to Kuala Lumpur, ate these giant mangoes and mangosteen, and we're very happy. And these mangoes right here, they're called the water lily or the golden lily mangoes, and they are the best mango I've ever had in my entire life. You can tell them apart by their pointiness at the end. Sometimes it's a little curved like this, and it has these veins. You can see it has little tiny veins in the skin. That's the only way I could tell them apart from other mangoes. They're like Manila mangoes on steroids. And from the Philippines, Anna and I were still a little addicted to cooked foods, so every night as we were running out of money, we spent $1 on this curry plate, and it was delicious, and it made us sick and sad and mean to each other, and we're never going to do it again. We're happy to be raw foodists again. Anyways, so that's the end of that video. Nepal is next. I highly recommend checking that video out. I think it's going to be even more visually stimulating than this one. So hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.